almost made a mistake. Hello and welcome to Kerbal Space Program, where we are on the launch pad, simulating a time warp that was far too fast, and spent a couple of days. Slightly worried about the mission now. We still have time apparently, which is good. So we are going to be taking some data from space, and giving it back to carbon. So let's get Jeb steering for a moment. And in 3, 2, 1, in a few moments, Spaz Rocket 5L will launch for the first time on its inaugural flight. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spaz Rocket go now. And liftoff of Spaz Rocket 5L. A new type of spaz for the spazzy spaz, or something noble like that. So this is going to be our second orbital mission. Ideally, we'll be taking the craft up to 10 kilometers before carrying out a gravity burn at 45 degrees along the 90-degree axis. The ideal gravity turn turns east because it's basically you throw a ball with the wind, the ball will go farther. You throw it against the wind, the ball won't go as far. We want to go as far as we can get. So we're taking this up to 10 kilometers before we do any gravity turns or anything, to ensure we get the most efficient burn from, well, the most bang for our buck essentially. And 10 kilometers is just outside the lower atmosphere of Kerbal. So we're going to be detaching our 2 liquid fuel boosters in a moment. They're almost out of fuel, and detach them and light up main engine. Now we won't be climbing as quickly. Hopefully we are still climbing. Vertical speed is dropping drastically, which is worrying. And this is slightly worrying. Altitude apopsis height is increasing, so we are in fact going upwards, just slowly, 57 meters per second. Our apopsis height is increasing, though it's still quite low. We will hit the apopsis in 6.2 seconds, and our periapsis is somewhere in the center of Kerbal. And we'll hit that in 4 minutes, apparently, if this was a proper orbit. So we're just going to be going up to 10 kilometers according to our terrain altitude, or well, basically any altitude measurement I want. I'll be using the actual altitude over sea level. So we are just about to hit 10 kilometers now, so I'll start the gravity turn and just bonk it over to 45 degrees. Bring it back to 45 degrees now at 90-degree angle. 91 degrees is fine. And now our horizontal speed should start increasing as well. Yes, we want that to be about 2200 meters per second. That is orbital velocity on Kerbal. And I hope we have enough delta V, because I forgot to check what Kerbal Engineer was telling me. The whole point of getting Kerbal Engineer was so that I could check my delta V to make sure I actually had enough speed to get orbital. And that's the one thing I forgot to do. So we're 3 seconds from our apoapsis and dropping. What? We need to go a bit more up. There we go, that's increasing it. So this rocket is probably a bit underpowered for what I wanted to do, which is a bit of a minor worry. I can't get any more power out of this engine. So now we're going on stage 3 already, and this is not going to work. I can already tell it's not going to work, but I'm going to damn well try. It doesn't have to be orbital, it can just be straight up. Aha! Because the mission does not specify orbital data. So I just need to get to space. I just need to get to 70 odd kilometers, and then I get the mission. So I'm just gonna go straight up now. Don't care about my horizontal speed, it is the vertical speed I want. I just want to get into space to get the money from the mission, and then back out of space to get the mission completed, I suppose. And then we'll try and get to Matley's hindsight if we can get some spaceplane parts. Specifically landing gear. We don't... I need to find out if I have any sort of wings or something that I can use, any kind of equipment I can use as wings. If I can, I can make a rocket plane. Or if I do, I can make a rocket plane. I don't believe I do at the moment. But hopefully from the science we get from this... Okay, we have got quite a high apoaps. So let's preserve the mystery goo. Thank you. And take a crew report. There we go. And now, Jupiter, we're in retrograde, please. Let us... Let's get back to Kerbal as quickly as we possibly can. The aim of this burn is to do exactly that. And I'm going to hopefully burn until there's no fuel left. And see how quickly we hit the atmosphere. I'm glad I don't have deadly re-entry, because this would be a burn of doom. As you can probably tell, I'm not very good at the game, because I've seen moon missions that use less than 30 parts and less than 18 tons and things like that. I'm not good at the game. I never claimed to be good at the game. I just play it in my own unique way. That's good. Should I go back to stability Cisco, please? And now burn prograde, because we are heading down. We are heading down very, very fast. In fact, just stability assist. I'm going to try and aim for Kerbal Space Center. We are now heading down at almost a kilometer per second. And we're going to be on the ground very, very soon. We're over a kilometer per second just going down, which is far faster than... is a lot faster than the speed of sound. We're at 1.5 kilometers per second. Directly down. 58 kilometers. So we will be in a minute, less than a minute, on the ground. So here we go. No fuel left, so let's detach that. We are very much getting re-entry heat. And let us deploy the parachute to slow us down, hopefully. Wow! That was the engine and thing the engine and rocket passing us, and fuel tank. That was insane. That was 2 kilometers a second versus 100 and so meters a second. Let's see if we can hear it splash down. Any second now, because the splashdown crash sounds are a bit loud still. Should be hitting the ground in just under a second. There we go. And now we are heading down at a much more leisurely 7 meters per second, or 5 to 10 miles an hour, about 30 miles an hour roughly. which is actually a safe speed to be crashing a rocket at, crashing a space capsule at. So we now have science data from space around Kerbal recovered. So we should have, yes, we have completed the contract, if I can get out of that screen, and gained some extra science. Yeah, but so the contract complete, so let's discard that. And visual surveys of carbon. In fact, we have 46 science now, so let's go to our R&D department and see if we can get anything that looks vaguely like a plane part. It'd be nice, but no. Aha! These are plane parts. So, yeah, I'm gonna get flight control. I'm gonna research that. We now own some plane parts. We're gonna go to the space plane hangar for the first time, which bugs out a bit. There we go. We have a plane cockpit. And let's just throw a fuel tank on. Let's throw on a second fuel tank. And this is going to have to launch vertically, I've just realized. So this has to launch vertically because we've got no launch clamps yet. So let's put 2 engines on. Like that. Let's get a 3rd engine in. No. Yeah, let's get a 3rd engine in. Or 3rd fuel tank. OCD me wants the fuel tanks to all be facing the same way. And let us start building the plane bits. No. We want aerodynamics and we want wing connectors. So let us just center of lift, and I want the center of mass. We want the center of lift to be, we'll put it on the center of mass. Then put some elevons on. These are ailerons that also double as elevators, which allow me to control the pitch and roll of the plane that I'm building. And I'm going to throw an AVT1 winglet on the back with a single aileron on as yaw control if I can. I cannot. So I want yaw control. I'll throw an AVR8 on the back in the center. In fact, 2 of them. So I want this to do pitch and roll but not yaw. I want this to do pitch and roll but not yaw, and these 2 should have the same settings, yes. And I want these 2 to do yaw but not pitch and roll, because they can cause yaw and roll, in fact. And what else do I need for this? I need for these to be on the right side of the damn plane. So, oh yes, I also need, for safety reasons, a decoupler, stack decoupler if it'll fit onto the spaceplane part. Just bring that down here and see if I can get the stack decoupler to go on it. Ah, there we go. I will attach the cockpit to the rest of the plane. Oh, attach the rest of the plane to the cockpit, I should say. And now just tilt it upwards. I can undo that surely. Come on, undo. And what I've done is I have dismantled the plane completely. So let's build this a bit quicker now. So we want that. And then that. Then I believe alt click. I want 3 fuel tanks. 3 fuel tanks. And 2 side mounted engines. As well as a pair of wing connectors. In fact, I will put a second set on. Just... oh, because I can move them afterwards. It doesn't matter, I can just attach them like... that. Now do an offset. Or I can bring them perfectly in line. So just, damn it. Nudge this down slightly. Like that. And in. So now they line up quite nicely. And I'm going to throw some elevons on as well. Should give me plenty of control over pitch and roll. I'll leave them on for yaw just for the sake of it. We'll put a third set there-ish. And a fourth set there. And my pair of... I don't want T1, I want AVR8 winglets. Put them on the top like that. And now... now I need to check if there's a part limit. 21. Good. This will be Spaz... No, Spez... Plen... 1. Save. And... any that looked like an explosion. No. Yeah, this will be Jeb's junkyard. This is a plane designed specifically by Jeb, and it will be manned by Jeb. So let us save that, and hopefully we are too wide. Launch. Okay, so this is a dangerous attempt at launching because tests unsuccessful. Let's revert to launch, and we're gonna have to jump in straight away with Z. Go! Okay, so we have launched. Let's get Jeb helping out with the steering, because I need to set Matley's hindsight as navigation target. This is probably going to be a bit of a longer episode because I need to get to Matley's hindsight, which is over here somewhere. There it is, there's the mission target. So luckily, because this is a plane, I can actually fly it like a plane. However, landing is going to be an issue. I don't think I need to land too much. So I can just throttle down. So I don't need to worry about landing speed. That is not an issue. Woo! And Jeb can just focus on flying prograde. Actually, just stability assist, please. I'll just turn on flying control. Because I do need some sort of control over this thing. How far are we towards it? Right now. That's not M. We are quite a distance away. So let's really get up to speed. And just tilt upwards a bit. Now, why is the navigation marker telling me to go in the wrong direction? Those aeronautics, by the way, were intentional. Yeah, that backflip. Uh-oh. Control has been lost. And there are no parachute. I forgot to put a parachute on. I'm gonna have to try and soft land a space plane. Or a sad attempt at one anyway. So I'm going to try and soft land a rocket plane that has a tendency of falling over and blowing up. This is going to be a fun one. So I just turn off the engines. And yeah, Jeb is on. Stability assist. Point prograde, please, Jeb. Stability assist. Nuts.